You can do the intro.
Hi everybody, we're here today to make a video. Michelle and I are gonna, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but I just hope it's gonna be a good video for you and for the audience to enjoy. Here's Michelle.
Yeah. Let me make sure it's not like rain.
So, how's everybody out in there? Wonderful, nice, warm.
Push the other way towards the pink animal there. This
Pink animal.
and over towards the window.
I did. This way?
No, the other way. Towards the window. Keep going.
So, how is everybody? I just hope everybody
Move
enjoyed.
over a little more.
I hope everybody enjoys this video. I don't know what Michelle has in mind of talking about, like I said, but so Michelle and I don't know if Lumi, you here too?
Yeah, we did this an earlier video try yesterday, and I saw some of you looked like you were pretty interested in this performance, and I figured we'd do some more of it. Again, this is kind of free form. There's no format. There's just basically, it's just us, and maybe we might even accept taking phone calls. It could be done. But last time you tried taking phone calls, nobody called. Nobody called. Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, guys, I'm not watching the computer screen, so otherwise we wouldn't really be able to read your questions if you have any. But if you send us emails, we will respond to your questions next time. Well, probably next Friday. It'll be more of an official Ask Us Anything. If you really got a pressing, burning question you really want to answer, you can call us at 860-738-8463. Again, that's 860-738-8463 in the United States. And that is the phone number we have available right now. Unfortunately, Dory, your microphone is kind of in the way. Just in case the phone rings, just bring the phone a little closer so you can reach the button. Dory will obviously put them on speaker, and then we will send a call to you, and then we can all talk through that means. So if you want to call us. We don't want to go too long today because really, officially, it's not an Ask Us Anything. It's not an Ask Us Anything Friday, but just we wanted to see how it works. I've been trying to expand to this level of technological excellence in a while. I can't guarantee the camera's in totally perfect focus. Well, let's just stop the lens down a few more notches, and then it would be definitely in focus. Because right now, when you have this setup like this, is kind of lossy anyway. So yeah, well, I think for right now, people will appreciate the effort that we're out there. And so maybe we should start by answering a couple questions for you. A little bit about myself. I am legally blind. I am partially deaf. I've been doing YouTube since 2011 of May. I've been around a long time, and I'm creative, I'm inventive. As you'll see, I'm uploading a demonstration of that little miniature camera thingy we made, which Dory tried out, and that's being uploaded right now. And it shouldn't take too long for YouTube to finish processing that because it's only about 10 minutes long. Well, maybe Dory, you should ask some questions because at least some sort of kind of questions the audience are wondering about. I don't know what they're asking, what they're thinking about. Let me ask the questions. All right. You always moderate. Usually do. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we to explain to me and to the audience how you got started in YouTube in the first place? Well, I was watching YouTube videos for a long time, much longer than I was doing them. And I explained to my case management team that I wanted to find a way to share my knowledge with the people around me and around the world, because I always felt kind of like I was always being told to shut up. And so I was suggested as part of my recovery program that the YouTube video is going to be a good asset to use for reach out method to share my skills with others around me and others around the world who may have similar desires or dreams and not really have the motivation to try to do it. And so I got my first iPhone in May of 2011, and so I began the process of doing my first video that rainy May 11th, and that was when I started out my very first video. It wasn't really great. It was kind of crappy, actually. But since May 11th, 2011, I have come a long way from those early days as far as technical skills and being able to reach out to people. Sometimes I feel kind of like I'm a little bit underutilized my skills because people don't really ask me a lot of questions about what I like to do. So all you see on camera is just only a very small facet of my life. So if you think I'm just a talking head, I'm more than that. I'm involved with the soup kitchen. I'm involved with a relationship with someone, and I'm actively creating new ideas and reading books, and I'm involved in studying current events in the news and meteorological forecasting and a lot of other work. Some of it was just associated with being a North American snorkeling, but a lot of it has nothing to do with that at all. I try to broaden my horizons. I'm a bookworm. I enjoy learning new things and expanding my horizons. Kind of like the variation of the Star Trek concept to seek out new civilizations to boldly go and no one's gone before. Well, in my case, to learn new things, to explore new ideas, to boldly learn what no one has learned before. That's up to you. It does. Okay. Now, what do you think? This is for Dory. I'm asking both of you. Where do you think these YouTube videos that are being now done by so many people are going to be like in about 10, 20 years if YouTube is still around? Do you think they'll end up becoming like a time capsule for them people to look back at their pasts?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure, but I don't see why not.
I definitely say yes, they will be. Because, it's just like when you watch home movies, you forgot that you're a little scrawny redhead. Girl, for example, that's always playing around with her dolls, or your brother's going out there and playing baseball or things like that. And then you realize now you're an adult and you are, say, a major anchor person on a major news network. And to look back at those little home movies and say, gee, I can't believe that was me. I can't believe that I thought my Barbie was so important to me then. And now, of course, I'm covering the fashion scene for my news team. I definitely think it's going to be more of a time capsule if YouTube is around in 20 years. I don't know where YouTube really will be in 20 years. Nobody knows. We've already seen, and Dory kind of both commented this, and so did me and Ed, is how much the technology has changed in the last 20 years.
A lot.
A lot, and it's still changing. So I would definitely say that if YouTube is at least still around on the Internet Archive, something, then maybe they might save some of the many pieces of people's lives, and some people can kind of go back and say, that was me 20 years ago. Who knows? Okay. Now, do you think, as far as yourself, and this applies against both of you, in your life, how do you think the video has changed both of your lives since you started doing them? I know Dory's newer than Michelle at this, but I was going to ask Dory first.
I like doing them. It really hasn't changed me yet because I only did 5 or 6 of them.
I think total about 10.
Maybe about 10 of them. I mean, with Michelle, and I did a couple of my own. But I want to learn more about it. Just that I have a learning disability, so that I tend to let that get in my way. But I'm good with the computer, and I learned pretty quick on the computer. As you all know, I make cards, and that is one of my goals in life, that I want to be able to make cards for people, have people make wedding invitations and stuff like that. I just hope that someday I could do all that. I'm not good as a computer as Michelle is, and I don't know if Lumi, I think Lumi's pretty good too, but Michelle is really good. And I just hope that Michelle could teach me without getting frustrated with me, because I know Michelle has a tendency of getting frustrated with me because she has to sit close to it, and it's hard for us to sit next to each other because she's so close. So it's hard for her to teach me. But I will try to learn more. And I just think it's a lot of fun. I mean, I have people that do watch my videos. There is one person that's been following me, and he says that I'm doing a good job. So I just, I want to do more. But like I said, I don't give myself enough credit to push myself to do it. I do want to do one by myself, and have Michelle teach me how to upgrade it and get it ready for the air. But just to do it, I don't know what to do it on. I just, it's something that I have to focus on and try to get what kind of video that I can do. But like I said in the video that, I don't know if Michelle upgraded it, but I did show live last night the card that I made for Michelle. I used Publisher, and I wish Michelle had Publisher on her computer, because I probably can do it from here. But I don't think Michelle has Publisher on her computers.
I don't really have a reason to have Publisher, but I suppose that there may be something available for Apple. But let me just see how the computer is doing right now, because the computer screen is not facing us. So let me take a quick see, make sure it's still recording.
So I just, that's something that I really want to do. And someday I want to be an advocate for people, like for people that don't talk for themselves, or somebody is unable to talk for themselves. I like to do that. And you have to take a course. It's like a 6-week. It's like a 6-week course you have to take to do something like that, and it's something that I want to do for a long time. I just want to be heard. I mean, just because I have a special handicap of learning and reading and other stuff like that, I don't want that to interfere with what my goals want to be. But I really want to be an advocate. I think that's very important. Like, say, for example, if Michelle needed an advocate against anything that she needed, like a housing problem, if she couldn't do it, I would try to advocate her to do something about it. To get like more help with that, because I think that's important, to help people and try to encourage people to do more in their lives and just not, doing nothing at all. So.
Well, in my case, yes, we are still recording. I was just making sure. Unfortunately, the camera is very much pixelating the picture because I'm uploading something from YouTube at the same time. So that causes the video to become very pixelated. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't panic. At least I can guarantee, as far as I know, that when you watch the reruns, you'll see that the pixelation isn't such a problem. And that's one of the problems that I have with doing videos live is, I've mentioned this before, my internet connection is very mediocre, and it's really, really hard to do a lot of live streaming when you only get 1 megabits per second up. Basically, I'm trying to upload to a straw instead of preferably a garden hose. And so, or a fire hose would even be better. But because the fact is that I'm uploading it through the equivalent of a straw, it takes there's a lot of loss in the video quality, and I'm really sorry about that. But I think this is more of a hear us than you need to necessarily see us. But still, I personally am very oriented towards technical details in my videos. One of the things is from the very beginning is I was always oriented originally towards audio work because I was originally trained as so as a hobbyist mostly, but I do have some formal knowledge in the field of audio engineering. I have been wanting to originally get a licensed AM radio station here in Winston. I got a Part 15 radio station as well, which this is going out on. But I really was looking forward to one day of getting a fully licensed AM radio station. And I wanted to do that, but that's like $4,000 just to apply for the auction to get a frequency from the Federal Communications Commission. And then there's the issue of trying to get a site survey done, that necessary thing to determine the best kind of antenna and all the technical details. And I think for me, media and communications is key to my life. I love it. I love reaching out to people and sharing knowledge. And I've always have done it, even through my bulletin board days from the Planet Marcus Opus, was the same thing, was a means to reach out to people and share knowledge. Of course, when the bulletin board scene was pretty much passe, I I didn't really voluntarily pull a plug. It was Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, and my hard drive crashed, and that was the end of that. But still, it was long overdue to close the board because it just didn't have anybody there. And, that's it, I guess. Okay, so where do you think you're going to go in the future, both you, Michelle, especially you first? Where do you think we're going to go now with the next step of the video production? Well, if my budget wasn't so warped right now, I would say the next thing to do is to get a video switcher and allow us to activate in real time multiple camera shots so that we could do live demos. Something like a video switcher and chroma key system, such as an Ultramat or another system with a Dream technology, but that's like $25,000, so that's not going to happen. But still, I mean, the idea is I want to push the envelope with excellence. Do you think you'll ever go with high definition? A few times I've done HD videos, it just takes too long to upload to my straw. I mean, for videos that we record and then upload, it's not so bad, but for live videos, uploading it through my very slow, small internet connection is murderous. I did think about going with the T-Mobile internet plan. We already mentioned that in the past. I still think it would be really a great asset if T-Mobile had a package for video content producers would kind of work in our favor. I would have said fine, but in that, I don't have deep pockets right now. Next month, I'm going to have about $25 in my budget for the whole month. And that's going to really suck because it's not going to give us a lot of money to do anything. Right. What about you, Tori? Where do you think you want to go in the future with this technology?
Well, I just was telling everybody that I want to do something with my cards, and I want to do something with that because it means a lot to me. And the technology, I like to learn more about it.
So we got two different media fields here of interest. Three, actually. You got the radio field, which Michelle mentioned, the visual field, which Michelle mentioned, and of course the print medium, which you mentioned. Do you think you'd ever try to pursue writing books?
Me write a book?
Yeah.
A while ago, somebody told me that I should write a book about my life. And I thought about it. And maybe someday I will do that because...
What about fiction?
No, I don't want to write no fiction. I just want to write a book about my life and maybe publish it someday.
Well, the only problem is one of the things that Michelle also was the amateur writer as well, found out is publishing is almost impossible unless you self-publish. And if you self-publish, it costs a lot. It does. A lot of money. Because the big book publisher companies right now are not really looking for new authors. They're looking for old authors. But they're changing too, in the field too. The book publishing industry is changing also because they're also going to electronic books or ebooks, which I got a couple ebooks, Archie Comics digests from the Archie Comics website on my phone. And the first thing is the app is too small for me to read. That's the problem. But they still sell print Archie Comics subscriptions, and I'm looking into it, getting the print Archie Comics subscription so I can, get back to doing some fun things, like enjoy reading a comic book now and then. As I used to read a lot of Archies as a teenager. So where do you think the presidential candidacy is going to go?
Well, I don't want to talk about this.
Well, I'll talk about it.
Because I think they all suck.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this.
I'll just give my opinion. I think Donald Trump is the best choice.
Donald Trump is a jerk.
Well, he's the best one.
No, he's not.
Well, I
disagree.
I don't think Sanders has got it.
Sanders ain't got it. None of them got it. If that's the case, we ought to just keep the freaking asshole we have in there now, Obama.
Unfortunately, Obama has become a dictator and has violated the U.S. Constitution.
Well, I think they all violate USA, whatever you just said. None of them make any sense. They all promise stuff. And if Donald Trump gets in it, our world is going to turn upside down. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be worse than it is now.
How so?
Michelle, think about it.
Well, I'm asking a question because my audience is probably asking the same question.
Because I feel that this country will turn upside down. Because he has all this money, and he's gonna take away from the poor people.
I don't think he said the opposite. He said he wants.
I don't think so. Look what Obama said. Obama said, "Oh, I'm going to bring everybody home back from the war." Has he? No.
Obama's a mess anyway.
Obama is a jerk.
I know that.
I told you not to get
Okay, so let's drop that subject for a minute. Let's go to something, Michelle. This is more your area. What do you think the weather is going to be for the next few months? The next few months, we still have a La Nina dominating right now. I see it's going to be because of the beginnings of the glacials, small mini ice age. I'd say we're going to start seeing a cooler spring and a cooler summer. Not too hot, just like last year wasn't really too bad. Probably more of the same. Maybe a little bit cooler this summer. And probably it would be nice if we got more rain, but we didn't get much rain last summer. No, we didn't.
Hardly any rain last summer.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a little hotter than it was last year, though.
No, I think it's going to be cooler. Okay, so now what about housing for the future? It sounds like a government program. Housing for the future. What do you plan to stay here in the Snow Queen Palace for a longer time, or do you think eventually you might move on?
I think you should move on.
Well, if I don't know. Honestly, it costs a lot of money to move, and houses are expensive. Down payments are expensive in houses. And I don't really know if I'm ready to take on that kind of responsibility of taking on a house. But at the same time, I really don't want to rent another apartment, because every time I rent an apartment, I feel like I'm under somebody else's thumb, and that makes me feel really uncomfortable. And I really would rather have my own place where I can call the shots and decide what I want to do and what I don't want to do. Okay. What about you, Tori? What would you rather
I
do?
want to own my own house, but I know it's never going to happen because I don't have the money.
Right. Next thing is I'm trying to come up with these questions and I'm not having the best of luck. Okay. Um, do you plan to expand your video production technology in the future to adding multiple channels, more media outlets? What do you think? Well, technology changes a lot, so I mean, who knows what's going to happen in say 5-10 years? I mean, maybe in 5 or 10 years, there'll be new technologies to explore and to reach out to people, and I'm going to look into that. And that's about it, I guess. I don't really have a plan. Here's a question. This is a what if question. If you had the resources to make this happen, where would you rather live? Where would I rather live? I don't know. I've changed my mind a few times. I never really was consistently always sure where I would rather live. Probably stay here in this general vicinity because it's where I know this area. But I've thought about going up and visiting my relatives in East Heartland again and seeing how they're doing. But that's not the move there because there's no housing or apartments available in East Heartland. Right. What about you, Dory? Where would you go if you ever had the money and the resources?
Like, how much money?
Enough to do whatever your dream desire.
Hawaii. I like to go to Hawaii, visit Hawaii.
Expensive, hot as hell. Oh, God. Actually, it's not hot. It's mild hot. It's the breezes. Yeah, that's true. But, okay, so... Me, I don't know. I'd probably just, like I said, I'd probably just stay here in Connecticut, I suppose. Now, your audience, you guys can ask questions too, of course, and we welcome your questions. And so please do not be afraid to ask Michelle and Dory questions in the comment section below the video on the YouTube page when you see it's uploaded, or on your Facebook or Twitter, wherever you see it. They will read it, and they will get back to it. Dory has her own YouTube channel. She would mention that. It's called Dory Myville, Torrington. The Torrington is her town she lives in. So it's DORYMIVILLE TORRINGTON@gmail.com. She's also on Google Plus as Dory Myville. That's DORY space MIVILLE. Of course, I'm on Google Plus as plus MicheleMarieDalene. That's MICHELE space MARIE space DS and dog ALENE. And my email address is BICHELA3@gmail.com. And of course, Lumi, LUMIFINISTRA@gmail.com. It's also up to my Google Plus is Lumi space Finistra. So it's LUMIFINISTRA. And you can contact all of us, and we would love to answer your questions. And this is the second time in 2 days that we did this video. And sorry that, as I said, the streaming video quality is terrible. But that's just the nature of the digital beast. It's just the nature of the fact it's going through the equivalent to a straw. Yeah. And maybe someday T-Mobile, John Lachier, if your company provided a data plan for data producers, because my choices for high-speed internet in this town are crap. No kidding. You can get a cable company and basically have them ream up your ass with a big sharp razor blade, or you can go ahead and use your cell phone and still get reamed up your ass with a sharp razor blade. Or you could just go ahead and use your ADSL and just basically have you ream up your ass using a very soft dildo. Well, I think I'll take the
Speaking of
dough.
speaking of that, I was just reading a. Hang on, let me just finish. Reading. I was just reading something on the internet that just struck me. I'll just read it to you. It says here that this guy raped and killed his stepson, who was only not even a year old. While in prison, he was beaten and raped by 20 men repeatedly. Not only was he raped, he was switched and up and re-raped. No color involved. I believe this is a punishment we will all agree on. They raped him, beat him because he killed his stepson.
You know, it brings a lot.
And then there's two comments. This one person wrote, "That is what he needs to happen to all registered sex offenders who have a rape. Let him feel what it's like to be helpless and the victim for a while." Then I wrote, "I'm glad they did this to him because raping a child is wrong."
Raping anybody is wrong. I don't care if it's a child or an adult.
Especially, and it shows a picture of what they did to him, but I won't show it. But stuff like that really pisses me off, and I'm sorry that this is the kind of video that.
Well, we talked about something similar called karma. We talked about that, and it sounds like karma in this case is being rebalanced. Yeah. When you do wrong to somebody, karma is unbalanced. We talked about that once before. And now I told Dory a little bit about my prior life and my daughter, Abigail, in Montana. And when we talked a little bit about her experiences in Compy, I wanted to know what you thought about our stories of the past. And how they made you feel to hear about our experiences in our past lives.
Experiences can be trauma, and I feel bad that that happened to Michelle. But like I said, the experiences could be trauma to people's lives.
Well, that can be traumatic, but I think some cases, if anything, I think it made me a little bit better. Even though it's not really fun experiences, I think it maybe made me a better person, I think. But some of the good things that happened in my life weren't too bad either. Past life, current lives are. It's not all bad. My life is not like droopy. Hello, everybody. My life sucks. Your life doesn't suck. My life doesn't suck. It's pretty bland right now. Yeah. Like eating tofu crunch. I need taste. I want taste. I want to taste the finer things in life. Apparently you did at one time. The problem is that's why you have to live to deal with the things in life that you never mastered when you were living high off the hog many lifetimes ago. Yeah, that would make sense. But I don't know. Karma's past life regression.
Karma can bite you in the ass.
Well, life does that. So you learn a certain skill, you tend to repeat it until you learn the necessary skills to not make it happen again. For example, like if you constantly get a credit card, you constantly overcharge it, and then you constantly am always falling in debt, then you're going to keep falling into debt until you learn to stop going crazy with the credit card.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, I hope that people enjoyed this video, and if you guys have questions, like I said earlier, don't be afraid to ask them. We will get to them. Do you want to have another Ask Us Anything next week? I want to. I don't know if Dory will be here, but we could try. What do you think, Dory?
I could try, yeah.
Maybe next Friday?
Yeah. No, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, sure, which one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if we can try to schedule for next Friday. And again, you know, I have my 145 subscribers who actually subscribe to me on YouTube, and of course, all the people who follow me on Google Plus, and all the people that follow me on Facebook. You know, it's kind of shameful. What's that? People on Facebook are never getting a chance to watch this video live. Yeah, you could make it live, could you? I mean, if I could send them a link, I could send them a link, but by the time they get it, it's because, I mean, when you start the tape, I mean, I don't really have time to sit there and go back over to the YouTube page and go click share. It's easy to do it live on Google Plus and then share the link. But the sad truth is, I think it makes them feel kind of like the second-class citizens. But if they were on YouTube, I mean, Facebook, I mean, Google Plus, they wouldn't be second-class citizens. They would be live. It's true. And I'd be able to watch it live. But, you know, it's hard because we can't always satisfy everybody, even when we try to. Right? Okay, guys. I think you want to add anything before we close, Tori?
Nope. I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and have a good evening.
And don't be afraid to stay dry and stay warm. I know spring is coming, and I know that for a lot of you people, this is the second week of Lent. It's the first week. That's the first week. All right, it's Friday. No, it is the second week. Is it?
It's the second week of Lent.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, hopefully I planned to go to church. I didn't get a chance to go this weekend. I kind of wrapped up in other projects, but hopefully I will try to make it to church next month. Oh, one more question. What's that? Do you plan to ever do your hair like Elsa? Do you ever plan to get it dressed like Elsa's? Yeah, when I get some money together. And that's another thing, guys. I could still use your donations. So if you guys could help out a little bit, contact me at the various means, and we could use money to help pay for the studio gear and the lighting and the props and everything else. And I'm also on Patreon and GoFundMe, and you can find me there too. And we do have, one guy said to me to go fix my teeth. Well, guess what? There's a Patreon and there's a GoFundMe site for dental care. If you want to go to the GoFundMe page for the dental care, I forget what it was called now, but you can find it. And if you look under my account, which is BICHELA, you will see the funding site for the studio and the funding site for the teeth, and the same thing for Patreon. www.patreon.com/BICHELA. If you can also send donations to the Free Operating Courses Studio. We can really use your help. We really want to expand. We want to really make this bigger. We really want to cover a lot more topics. And that's on my plans in the next few months. Is regardless of this budget situation, is I want to reach out there and keep creating new things for you, and to help you learn and to inspire you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.